Hey guys, welcome back. Section 10.3 today called Moving On Up. We're looking at what happens if you get a little bit of a raise and how to calculate those things. So again, we're not going to do the warm-up. We see the math as we go through. So I'll do the first few, and then obviously there's a few questions at the end that you can try on your own. So Dana works part-time as a cashier at a fast food restaurant. She is paid $11.50 an hour. Down below is her schedule for the week and how long she has worked. So let's calculate first how many hours she has worked. You should be able to do this a little bit more quickly. I'm not going to explain all the times now because you've seen this for a couple days. So this is 3.5 hours. Then she's worked for 4 hours. 12 to 4 is 4 hours, and 1:30 to 8 is 6.5 hours. Okay, in total, if we add all of these up, we should get 18 hours. Okay, if you're struggling with this, go back and review yesterday's lesson. So calculate Dana's total pay for the week using her hourly rate of 11.5. So remember, instead of doing each one individually, we can just take her total of 18 hours that week, and she gets paid $11.50 per hour. So we're going to take her wage and we're going to multiply by her hours to get her total amount, and she worked 207, or she makes $207 that week. All right, so this is now where we look at a raise. So Dana's supervisor has told her that she is going to get a 5% raise next month. So the steps below explain how to calculate the raise. So the first thing that we have to do is figure out what 5% of her hourly rate is. So remember, when we're dealing with percents, we turn them into decimals. So this is 0.05. So we take 5% and we divide by 100. 5 divided by 100. Okay, and that gives us 0.05. So when we're calculating 5% of 1150, we're going to take 5% and we're going to multiply by 1150. But 5% is 0.05. So you should get, now there's 3 decimals here, 0.575. Now, when we're dealing with money, we only look at 2 decimals, but you still have to follow your proper rounding rules. So this is actually going to be 0.58 because this number here is 5 or greater, so we're going to round up. So this is 0.58. Okay? All right, so we're going to take this here and we're going to add it to her $11.50. So this is her old wage, but we're going to increase it by 5%, or we're going to increase it by 58 cents. So we're going to add them, and we should get $12.08. All right, so this right here, I'm going to put a little arrow. That's her new amount that she's going to be making. So Dana works on average 15 hours a week. How much more will she make at her new rate? So we're going to look at what she would make with her new rate and what she would make with her old rate. So remember, to calculate her earnings, take her wage and multiply by the hours. So her new rate is $12.08. Her old wage was $11.50. Okay, and we're going to each multiply them by 15 hours and we're going to compare. So this one here, I ended up with $181.20 for her new wage. And if she was still at her old wage, she would have made $172, decimal 50 cents. Okay? So let's figure out really how much more is she making. So I'm going to take this 181 and I'm going to subtract, now keep the decimals, right, because it is money. So 181.20, and we're going to subtract the 172.50. And if you subtract those, you should get $8.70. Okay. Now this is over a week. So, I mean, when you're thinking about it, $8.70 over the course of a week, if you think about what you could spend $8 on, you know what, that would be pretty much a big portion of some of the lunches you guys could buy at the cafeteria if you decided to do that, right? So $8 is enough, right? That's a nice little wage. It's like a free lunch every week. Okay. All right, so that's really all I need to show you or teach you for today. What I would like you to do is follow along with the rest of the section. You can pick your own items and answer the questions. So question 5, you pick any item that you would like to buy, look through flyers, look on the internet, find the item and how much it costs. You can pick any item you like. You can go from a bag of chips to maybe a new cell phone. Okay, it's up to you. If you are paid $11 an hour, how many hours would you have to work to make enough money to buy the item? So you can figure out how many hours to get that price with tax. Okay, remember you have to calculate tax. And then for questions 6 to 10, you are calculating the hours worked just like we did on the earlier page. You're going to calculate his hourly amount using 1025, calculate the 5% increase just like we did, and then see if he can purchase a 55-inch TV. Okay, you can look at the store flyer for a 55-inch TV. Any website will do. Okay. Oh, and then you do not need to do number 10, so you can cross that off. I'm not interested. And when you get to, there we go, the next page, you can do numbers 11. Hold on, do number 12, but you do not need to do number 13. Okay, so we can cross off 13 and you can cross off 10, but I would like you to try the others on your own. Okay, guys, great job. One section left to go.